What's good, guys? So I just want to do a quick video about how you can approach your training when ill. Are you going to train? Should you rest? Should you deload if you do train? As you can probably hear, talking through my nose, I'm a little bit ill. Funny, I'm just talking, I feel out of breath talking because I'm talking non-stop and I'm not breathing out my nose. But anyway, I basically want to run through, the options that you have and what I suggest to my clients. So number one is just completely rest. If you are feeling more than just a little bit rubbish, you're probably best just resting. And the reason for this is your body's already in a kind of stressed and more vulnerable state. So you want to be giving it all its recovery capabilities and resources to just recover, fight the virus. What you got to remember when you're training, you are actually causing more stress to your body. You're breaking down muscle fibers. That means, you've got to go away and recover from that. So if you're already, kind of past your recovery capabilities when you're ill, and you've got this kind of, think of this stress bucket, and then you go throw really hard training stress on top of that, it might send you over the edge, and it's probably going to mean your recovery capabilities from recovering from that illness are going to be delayed. So your recovery in general is going to take longer, and in that instance, if that negatively impacts your training for a few more days, you're actually setting yourself back from where you originally was in the first place. So if you're in a position where you feel more than just a little bit rubbish and you think it is going to negatively impact your training, you're probably better off not training, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to go into train, you're not going to make the progress you want, and you're also going to step your recovery back from the illness. You're getting a double loss there. You're not having a productive training session because you're not causing the stimulus to grow, and you're also affecting your recovery from the illness. So it's going to take you even longer to get back into the gym. So the other option you've got, guys, if you are just a little bit ill, got a little bit of a runny nose but feeling pretty good, you can definitely get in there, you can definitely train. Sometimes moving about, exercising can actually make you feel a little bit better. Got the third option, which I want to kind of run through now. So with this option, you can potentially run this once you return from illness, or you can run this whilst you're a little bit ill. What we're going to do here is actually do a bit of a devolume session. So you're still getting in, you're still moving about, you're still getting the benefits from that, and you're still getting in and training, because we all know we all want to train, we want to make as much progress as possible. But what we can do is run a devolume session, so the recovery hit and recovery capabilities are lower, so it doesn't step yourself back too much. What I've got here is a upper chest and lat session I actually run. So I'm actually taking a few days rest right now, and when I go back into training, I'm going to return on a devolume session for the reasons I've just said. For me personally, I feel like when I train when I'm ill, it makes it worse most of the time, unless it's just a little bit of sniffles. And that's because when I train, I'm going in to train. I'm going in, I'm breaking down tissue, I'm stressing the body, I'm causing that stimulus where my body has to go away, repair and grow. Taking the time off, once I go back into the gym, I'm going to ease my way back in. Devolume, how do I like to devolume? So I've got my session here. You can see I've got terrible handwriting, as of course, but we've got upper chest and lats, we've got Y raises, machine press, pec deck, plate loaded pull down, JM press, cross body extension, dumbbell curls. We've got 2 sets for most of them, 3 sets for the last 3 exercises, and a few training intensifiers. Now, what I'm going to do to devolume the session is I'm literally going to cut my volume almost in half and just pull back on the things which are going to drive up the most amount of fatigue. So on everything that's 2 sets, I'll simply go to 1 set. On the things that are 3 sets, I'll potentially do either 2 or 1, depending on what kind of exercise it is. If it's a side raise, guys, that's not going to cause that much fatigue, so I can get away with doing 2. If it was a massive exercise like a deadlift, that's going to cause a hell of a lot of fatigue, I'd definitely just do 1. When it comes to the training intensifiers here, guys, they're definitely going to be causing a good amount of fatigue. So at this point, it probably doesn't make too much sense having them in. So what I'd probably do is just remove them in most instances. So what I want to do is get in the gym, I want to get moving, I want to be having a productive session, but I don't want to drive up a stupid amount of fatigue. So what I'm going to do to do that and allow it is I'm probably just going to run my back off set, okay? So I want to take you through the session and I want to re-edit it, with you guys seeing how I'm going to approach this session. So I've actually got my phone here and I've got my logbook from my last session. My top set for seated cable Y raise was 26 kg for 8 reps. We're not going to run the top set, we're just going to run the back off set and try beat the back off set. That way we're still getting productive training, we're still doing something we haven't done before, but we're keeping the volume in half. So last time I did 22 kilos for 10 reps, I'm going to aim to beat that. So what I would simply do here, guys, is I'd run one set on wire raises, 10 to 12 reps, and aim to beat what I just did. Again, machine press here, got 2 sets, wouldn't run the top set, just run the back off set, so we can put a line through that. Pec deck, 2 sets and rest pauses. Right here, what I'm probably going to do is, again, I'm just going to run my back off set, but because we are devolume quite a lot, I'll probably run and keep the rest pause set in just for the back off. So, you know, rest pause, back off set kept in, plate loaded pull down, 2 sets, exact same again. Obviously you guys are seeing the trend come through now, but it just shows you how we're half in the volume, but we're still actually making productive steps forward. So we've got sniff jam press, 3 sets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the top set, I'm going to run 2 sets, and I'm actually going to get rid of the rest pauses on this as well. Reason being is this exercise actually feels really, really tough in the moment. And like I said, I don't want to be overstepping that mark at the moment on return. Cross body extension, an easy exercise, doesn't drive up much fatigue. I'm just going to leave 2 sets in and I'll keep the set rep match train intensifier in. Dumbbell curls, again, I'll take that to 2 instead of 3. And I'll keep the rest pause set in because, you know, it's really not going to drive up too much fatigue. So there you can see we've almost cut the session in half. But what's good about it is it's getting you in the gym, it's getting you moving, it's getting you training as you want, but it's not going to drive up so much fatigue that it's going to probably step yourself back in recovery of your illness. So those are the 3 ways that you can approach training. You can either have time off, you could either go in and train if you feel like you can train at 100%, or if you feel like you're on the line of, you know, you're not sure whether you can run a deload session, and you can also implement that deload session on return to training. So when you're feeling pretty much fit again, but you know you're maybe not 100% there, or even if you are feeling fit, you can come in with a deload and that sets you up for success in your next sessions. Guys, just want to say thanks again for watching the video. Please subscribe, like, comment. I'm trying to build the YouTube channel nearly at 150 subscribers, and I am doing this to help educate you guys and try to help people, you know, achieve the best results possible. Let me know whether videos like this are helpful, you know, doing more stuff on the whiteboard, and if there is anything that you guys would like to know from me, you know, how to set up training plans, how to set up nutrition plans, you know, all the ins and outs, please drop them in the comments, please drop me messages. If you are interested in coaching, please see the description. But once again, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.